Hey, I'm here with a list of demands. Follow the show wherever you listen. Subscribe, share, like, and comment on the show on YouTube. Follow any and all of my social media as well. All of the links are in the description. And finally, if you're a real fan, which most of you aren't, head on over to buymeacoffee.com, use the link in my description, and buy me a goddamn coffee. It supports the show, which is me. So you're supporting me. Now that you've successfully ignored that, go ahead and enjoy today's episode. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. It is a week from Thanksgiving, and I just want to preface this episode. If you hear any loud banging, there are people right underneath me that are doing some renovations in my building. So what they're doing, or what it sounds like they're doing, is getting up on ladders and taking really heavy things and throwing them onto the ground and trying to see how much sound they can make, for how long they can do it, and how early in the day can they start. So right now, they've been pretty much all this week, they have been underneath me smashing the floor with sledgehammers, I think. That sounds pretty much like what they're doing. Either that, or they're doing a really bad job of renovating what's already there. But it sounds like they're just smashing shit, and they've been doing that for quite some time. Now, mind you, in this building, there's always somebody smashing things. There's always someone smashing something. I'm laying in bed at night, smash. I'm cooking eggs in the morning, smash. I'm jerking off in the shower in the middle of the day, smash. So it's not anything I'm super unused to living here. The environment of where I live in has taken like a novelty. It's become a novelty of this show, right? This show is like this phase of the show, I should say, of it being me being in New London, Connecticut, and the fact that I shit on the show so often. There's a lot of novelties to this thing. There's the coffee and how I drink it, and I have that weird hiccup thing that happens. There's my vape. There's my growing addictions that I always add to. So there's always a little bit of something that you can carry on with the show. I used to have the booze on the table, right? The booze would be different every once in a while. But none of that shit matters, right? Because nobody watches, listens, or does anything. So it's okay. I'm just a madman sitting in here commenting on the world alone. And so, yeah, they're doing something underneath, right under me. So bear with me if you hear the banging. The other day, I woke up to it. I didn't know. They didn't send out an email, right? I don't know what goes on in your apartment buildings, but it would be nice to get an email or something. Say, hey, we're doing work on the first floor. It's going to start around this time, whatever. Just be wary of it. But over here, they don't give a fuck. And maybe they don't give a fuck anywhere. I don't know. I've never lived in an apartment building or anything. Ooh, that's hot. So I woke up to it Monday, right? This Monday, I woke up to it, and it was like 8 in the morning. And usually Monday is the day that I try to catch up on some sleep, because I work Friday, Saturday, and this past weekend, like I told you guys on Monday, how I went to Maine and it was a long fucking thing, whatever. This Monday, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna sleep in, whatever, and I wake up to just smash. It's like a bowling alley down there, just boom, boom, bang, boom. It's like they hired fucking rhinos or something. I don't know, but it was. It was nice because at the same time that was going on, and it was early in the job, so there must have been more concrete to smash. So it was like repetitive, boom, 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 boom. These guys just had a week. They had the weekend off. They woke up, they drank their milk, they beat their wife, and they came to work energized. And they knew that the job was brand new, and they're at their highest physically, right, in terms of energy, because toward the end, whatever, you get what I'm saying. They really went at it. It's just like if you guys ever done yard work, like if you ever spread loom Or if you shovel snow, that one's even more relatable. If you shovel snow at the beginning, you're shoveling pretty quickly. You're like, yeah, we're going to get this done. And then after a while, you can't keep up the pace. It starts to wear on you a little bit. That's probably what happened to these guys. But on Monday, no. These testosterone-filled motherfuckers were down there, demolition crew, smashing the fuck out of things, like boom, 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 like on a cadence, like when Khabib puts a beating on people. It was like the same thing, but with sledgehammers. And at the same time, as I'm being awaken, as I'm waking up to that, the garbage truck that I always talk about, right, on the show, there's always trucks that drive by. There's a garbage truck comes at the exact same time. Red, white, beep, beep, sounds like a fucking someone working on an amusement park ride. I don't know. It was nice. It was good to be woken up that way. I was fortunate because I was awake, right? Isn't that nice? Everyone always says, you open your eyes today. You should be fortunate. You should be lucky. You should feel good about that. Well, what if that's the way you're opening your eyes? What if you're opening your eyes against your own will in a place that you have no attachment to for no reason? There's no reason. Like, at least if you live at home or if you live with someone or a family or some shit, you and someone's making noise, you're like, oh, it's probably my dad. Fuck. You know, it's probably my dad working in the garage or my mom doing something, you know, wherever. Not to add gender roles into this, I apologize. Maybe it's your mom in the garage and your dad in the kitchen scrubbing the floors. I don't know. I'm sorry. But you can blame it on something. You could say, oh, well, you know, that's my fault. You know where it's coming from. Your girlfriend, your boyfriend wakes you up. They, you know, your roommate, whatever. Here, I'm alone. I have no attachment to the place that I live in. And I'm just getting abruptly woken up by machinery and the sounds of, and the sounds that are the byproducts of the toils of men who are living lives that they just, they dislike. Right? They just blatantly, I'll say it, they have a contempt for it. The garbage men and the guys who are breaking concrete. Because the guys who are breaking concrete, they're just laborers usually. You're not going to get a carpenter in there or a plumber or electrician or somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing. You're going to get some brolic fucking ex-criminal, maybe still a criminal, right? He's drinking all day, but you bring him in because he works like a dog for little to no money because he has a small nut to pay, right? His monthly whatever is cheap, so he does whatever the fuck he needs to do. 80% of it goes to child support, 10% of it goes to booze. The rest he figures out. And you hire a bunch of them, and they smash the fuck out of the floor, okay? They could either be in there, or they could be in that garbage truck. They could have both of those jobs, that same guy. That's my point. So really, I was woken up by the toils of upset men, I'd have to assume, in some capacity, right? I am, of course, assuming and being, you know, satirical and ironic, but there's probably some truth, right? If you laughed at any of that, there's probably a little truth, you know? Best jokes have some truth to it, right? J. Cole said that. Many people probably said that before him and will say it after, but that's who people recognize. You know, I love coming on here because I just have everything in this little space. This is nice, this desk. I have my nicotine addiction coupled with my caffeine addiction. And I can just kind of sit here. And if you guys watch the show, you can see me slowly dive into psychosis, right? Push the boundaries of my psyche. I mean, you can get that from listening too, but it's one thing to listen and another to watch. So that's why I implore you all to, at least every once in a while, take a look at the YouTube. I know the video sucks. I know it sucks. I'm in 720p and it's 2022. This is terrible, I understand. But the YouTube's nice. The YouTube's nice, guys. Look at the view you got now. It's not me on a couch. You got a wall. You got a nice wall. I'm at a desk. I look official. This is good. nonetheless, who gives a fuck? Thanksgiving coming up. We're not going to dive too deep into Thanksgiving. Maybe on Thanksgiving I will, or for Thanksgiving episode. But I want to focus on Christmas because if there's anything that you need, like I said a few months ago, if there's anything you need to do at this time of the year is to look ahead. You got to look ahead. You can't live in the moment, right? That's what this whole period of the year is. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. You can't live in the moment. You got to look ahead. And I am looking ahead to Christmas, right? Christmas, it's you got to get gifts, right? And I found a gift that I think is I mean, it's magnificent. It actually embodies our culture, our Western civilization. The civilization that we've created has created some of the best products and people who are full embodied representatives of it, right? Like 2 for $20 deals at Chili's. You know, we're giving you a deal, right? The idea of a deal already is just a manipulation of our feelings, right? I mean, we could be honest. Because of how money-driven we are, when we hear a deal, our ears perk up. Ooh, a deal? What? What? Oh my goodness! A deal is something that we've created out of thin air. If that could be a great way to say it. But it's really been created through this system that we have. And I'm not here to break down the system to you. I'm here to tell you guys about this new product, this new gift that is literally the embodiment of our culture. Okay? McDonald's has partnered with some game chair company, and they have created a grease-proof gaming chair with a fry holder and burger warmer, right? This is a real thing. Hold on. I have a picture of it. Here it is. McDonald's releases grease-proof gaming chair with French fry holster and burger heat zone. Sorry, that's even better that they call it that, a burger heat zone. Because we are the masters. Nobody in human history will ever come close to being able to sell things to people than us. Heating zone. Like, that just sounds so... It sounds like otherworldly. When you hear zone, the Twilight Zone, there used to be, like amusement parks and shit. Not amusement parks. Trampoline parks, right? Jump zone and bounce zone or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? We add Z's to the end of words that are supposed to have S's to make them sound. But you guys follow what I'm kind of getting at here? McDonald's has created a game chair whose selling points are that it is grease-proof, there's a fry holder, and a heating zone for your burgers. So if you want to play your game, if you want to keep playing your game, but you don't want your McDouble to get cold. You guys ever have that problem? You guys ever have that problem where you're overindulging just on everything? Everything that's available to us. You guys ever have that moment where you're laying back in your lazy boy chair, your feet are up, your head's on a pillow, you're smoking a weed pen, you're smoking a vape pen, you got a 6-pack of beers, next to that you got a 6-pack of soda, you're watching your favorite show, you're able to flip between the channels, you got, maybe it's football on, you got NFL Red Zone, right? And you're able to see all the games, all of them at once. And in your hand, you have your phone where you're looking at your 8 fantasy teams where you've gambled like a motherfucker. You've gambled on all of them. There's money on the line for all those. And then you can go from that app to another gambling app. One that you put parlays in and money line bets and cover the over and the under. And you are literally sitting there completely engulfed in excess. Excess entertainment, excess of your vices, right, in terms of gambling and alcohol and nicotine and marijuana and food. And like I said, you got your beer, you got your soda, and in your lap you have your $38 order of McDonald's. And you want to be able to take a minute in between your food to check your 8 fantasy leagues. And if you do that periodically, your food is going to get cold, guys. You don't want your food to get cold. So, a heating zone. You add a heating zone. That ever happened to you? That ever happened where you want your already lukewarm food to stay lukewarm? So you put that there. You know, you guys ever... I think that is the fact that is a legitimate problem, right? Because we've been told that products are supposed to solve problems. If you have a good product, the basis of a good product is that it solves some kind of a problem. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, you got to solve a problem. Your service solves a problem. Your product solves a problem. Your brand, whatever. It fits in the puzzle, right? The fact that a product like this can be made by a major corporation, and I will guarantee you that as soon as you can buy these, they will sell out. Okay? They will sell out. I can guarantee you that because they look fresh. I'm not going to lie. The seat looks dope. You guys got to look it up. The gamer chair, it actually looks pretty sick. Right? It looks pretty fucking sick. But to have such a massive corporation that just has fuck you money, we're going to make a chair that has this. And know that people will buy it for those accolades. You can wipe grease on the seats, on the armrests. You don't even need napkins. You run out of napkins, you don't need to stand up. Oh, wait, good thing I bought this grease-proof seat where I can burn my eye sockets out staring at this television and fart and jerk off and do whatever the fuck else I want in this fucking chair. Because I will never have to move. And that's where we're headed, guys. We're headed to not ever moving. We already live incredibly sedentary lifestyles. That scenario I just told you guys about sitting there and having everything next to you with your TV and your 8 methods of stimulation going on, that's a legitimate thing, right? That's serious. Like, I do that. You guys are probably thinking, yeah, yeah, totally. I've done that before plenty of times. People plan out their days so that it ends with that part. Often, very often. Sometimes every night, right? For some people, that is their life. They're incredibly sedentary. They work their job, right? That maybe is or is not sedentary. But here's the thing. If you're moving around at the end of the day, you kind of have a little bit more, leeway. You know, if your job is physical, right? You got to go all over the place. Maybe you work in a really big office and you got to walk across the office every once in a while. No. If you fucking work with your hands, if you're lifting shit, if you're, whatever, warehouse, something, you're on your feet, you're walking around, you already have a leg up on most other people. Most other people... not most. Well, I would probably say most, right? I would say more people work in a sedentary job than not, right? Because that's what people want, And I'm not talking about just office jobs. Like office jobs, yes, definitely you sit there the whole day, for sure. But there's plenty of other jobs. I mean, I said it last time, a person that works at a toll booth, a person that works at any ticket booth, something like that. What about retail? Stand at a cash register. Even that. You could be put somewhere else in the store. You got to stock. You got to do something. That could be a little bit better. But what if you work at a cash register? What if you're a hairdresser, a barber? You don't do a ton of moving. You're on your feet. That's good. But you don't do a ton of moving. In between clients, you're sitting down. So my point is, if that's your job, where you move a lot, you have a bit of a leg up, right? you could say, I'm going to chill tonight, right? But if you don't do shit physically at your job, and at the end of the day, you just kind of wallow in your existence, I guess. You don't take advantage of any of the things that we've been given naturally. Instead, you allow yourself to, take in external stimuli as hard as you can. And I'm sitting here smoking a vape, talking into a microphone, looking at a laptop, looking at a camera, getting ready to upload this to a fucking channel and all this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody. And also, I don't know if I want to retract my point about earlier about people who live non-sedentary lives being able to do whatever the fuck they want. But I do want to add a point to that in saying we all have the luxury of living incredibly sedentary. Even if you work super hard, at the end of the day, you have the option to, exercise or do something else, right? Do something other than relax. And relaxation, if you think about it, is a newer idea, right? Newer idea. Were people relaxing when they didn't have food for the winter? Or they didn't think that they'd have food for the rest of the winter? We've just become more and more comfortable. That's the perfect word. We've just become incredibly comfortable. And we want to extend that comfort for as long as we can. Remote jobs. Everyone wants a remote job, me included. I want to sit at home. I do. And McDonald's and these other companies, they know. They're helping lead us down that road. McDonald's is one of the biggest factors in why we lead sedentary lives. It's quick. You get out of work, bang, you grab that, you go home, you eat it. It gets you fatter. It makes you slower. You feel worse about everything after you eat it, usually, not always. Sometimes you're drunk and it helps, or sometimes you're craving it and you serve the craving. But a lot of the time, it's adding to your health, right? The people who eat it the most, people who don't have money, they got to eat it often. They enjoy it. They're getting fucked up. They're adding to us. So they might as well come out with a whole a betting line. Not betting, sports betting. I mean betting like a mattress, right? There should be McDonald's mattresses. And there should be furniture stores. McDonald's got enough money to dive into the furniture industry full bore. Fuck, if this gaming chair takes off, get it. Make a McDonald's Xbox. McDonald's should be smeared on as much shit as they can to keep people inside and not moving and living in excess. And that's, that's why it is such a good representation of our culture. Everyone has a fat-ass little cousin who they're worried about because they don't leave the house, they eat terribly, they're way overweight, they're weird, and they play video games. Stop fighting him. Stop trying to make him change. That's enough. He's a visionary. We're all going to be him. Do you understand that? They're grooming us to be him. That's why we do the things that we do and buy the things that we buy and eat the things that we eat, because we are headed down that path. There's only going to be so many people who are able to withstand that. And even so, you need some money to be able to withstand something like that. You need to be able to either money or a lot of skill. And what I mean is, if you have got the money, you can buy good food. You can stay away from that shit. You can put better things into your body because good food is expensive. Or you need a lot of skills, right? If you want to grow your own food, enough to survive off of, that's tough. Collect your own rainwater, which still has cancer-causing chemicals in it. But again, it might be a little better than the other water, right? It's not sitting in plastic. Probably has microplastics in it because we're not getting rid of those anytime soon. But it's not sitting in plastic, right? It's not going through rusty pipes, not doing any of this. At least not right now, right? Then you can boil it, and then it's good. You store it. Hunting, right? And it's not enough to just know how to hunt. Now you got to know how to skin the animal and store the animal and do all these things. And it takes a commitment that most people aren't willing to make unless they have money. If they got money, then it's like, oh, fuck yeah, we're going to buy all the best shit. We don't even got to worry about none of that stuff. I'll send someone to go hunting for me, you know? But if you got that cousin, stop arguing with him. Stop, I'll get you a gym membership or don't get him a book. Don't get him none of that shit. You get him this chair because he is our future. The younger, the better, man. If he's 10 and he's 180 pounds and you know that he loves playing whatever the fuck, Call of Duty, Apex Legends, Fortnite, whatever, okay, get him this chair. Get him a $50 McDonald's order the same day, Christmas, and let him go to town. Let him go to town. Let the future of the country sit in a product that is the embodiment of the country that he will be at the forefront of someday. That's all I'm saying. I think it's a great product. I think it is a great product because of that reason. And as I said earlier, before I started telling you about the chair, it is sometimes we have products that are perfect representations of our great nation, and sometimes we have people, right? Sometimes we have people that are America through and through, right? You can see it in their face. You can see it in the way they act. And some of them are very great. And one of the greatest representations of America as a person is running for president again in 2024. Let's have a toast. Da, 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 da. Trump is coming back. Oh, fucking yeah. Let's get it done. Yes, if you guys didn't hear by now, Trump is running for president again. People are scared. People don't know. People are whatever. I am excited, not because I care who the president is. I hope I didn't make you guys think for that second there when I was pretending to be excited that I actually care who the president is. I've never really cared. I mean, most of the time in my life, I should have cared who the president was, right? Because I was born and it was Clinton, okay? But I was young, so I had an excuse. Then after that, we had Bush, right? I should probably care. And then after that was Obama. You should really probably care. And then it was Donald Trump and then Joe Biden, who both of them are maybe some of the worst presidents ever. I don't know. I mean, it's a thought that's been said. But I'm just excited for his debates. I'm excited for his debates because they are hilarious. I mean, you guys can't deny that they're fucking funny. Okay, if he becomes president again, I mean, it's nonsense. You know, it's stupidness. We're going to just go back to the guy we had before. How about somebody new? We're so averse to new, right? He gained a cult following, so cult-like that people are already stomping out Ron DeSantis flags and posters and whatever, and the motherfucker hasn't even announced anything. I don't think, right? Has DeSantis said that? I don't know. You guys let me know. I'm not going to look it up. But as far as I know, DeSantis hasn't said he's running for president. It's the rumor. Everyone thinks he is. But people are already stomping out DeSantis stuff, wearing Trump hats and whatever. What if he's the vice president? What if he gets picked for cabinet somewhere? You know, like what if... You follow what I'm saying? But what's going to happen is he's going to cry on live television, like James said in the group chat earlier today. He's going to cry on live television, and then he's going to endorse Trump who will win and plunge us into World War III, which is an exciting thing that's developing now. Maybe we'll talk about that a little later. But I say that Trump is one of the perfect representations of this country, and I said it when he got elected the first time, right? Every president, every president, yeah, they always end up being a great representation of Americans in some facet, right? In some way, Trump is all of the boisterous. When I look at Trump, I think that's how people in France and Europe and other places of the world, that's how they think most Americans are. You know what I'm saying? I think he, in my lifetime at least, he embodies that. He is obviously an incredibly arrogant, egomaniacal, boisterous billionaire, right? Fucking stern, or what's the word? Shrewd businessman. He stands there and he doesn't let anybody make their point. He just interjects, and he makes the thing that's most polarizing about him is that he can flip an argument to hit a certain person, and he knows he's doing it to hit a certain type of person, just like the kneeling of in the NFL, National Football League, Kaepernick kneeling, right? That was supposed to be about police brutality. No one even listened. Bill Burr had a bit about this. No one even gave him a chance to say, or no one even listened to that. Trump just made it about him disrespecting the flag. He made it very nationalist, disrespecting the flag and disrespecting the veterans and that whole thing, because he plays to that demographic. And Kaepernick got eaten up because of it, right? And, of course, he's controversial in general. Him doing that for either cause, the NFL doesn't want to hear about that at all. So the NFL attaches itself to other causes. They want to pick their cause that they can exploit and get people to buy tickets, and they can send athletes places and sell merchandise and sell tickets to those two to speak. And yeah. They pick other things though. They want to pick other things like men's mental health. That's what they've been doing, a lot recently, which is ironic because of all the brain injuries and the CTE that's rampant through the sport, right? They want to worry about men's mental health, but it's fine. Okay, that's a different conversation. But I think that the ultimate American picture right now will be, or should be, especially if Trump wins again. If Trump wins again, they have to take this picture. They have to go to a war-torn battlefield in some dog shit country, somewhere. There's a desert, the people aren't white, something like that. And they need to sit Trump down in that field with both of his thumbs up, a gun in one hand pointed in the air, and a flag in the other, and he's sitting on a McDonald's chair with a side of fries in the holder and a couple burgers on the heating zone. I think that, and then we take a picture of that. That goes on Time magazine. We're back. We're back, bitches. We're back. Suck my nuts, Ukraine. Lick my balls, China. Russia, you get in between and suck on the gooch. We're not interested. Look, we're back. We've done it. It's like Elvis's comeback special. Right? He was dressed in the leather and the red neon behind him, and he's in the round, right? Except it's a square, but he's all different. He's a badass motherfucker. He's back. His hair's black. He's not a kid anymore. And he takes it to that fucking crowd. And that's what we're going to do if Trump becomes president. And I'm telling you guys right now, if he doesn't become president, the next president should do that. It won't have the same impact because, like I said, Trump's the best representation of modern Western civilization over here, right? This American thing that we do. He is the best representation. He's better than Biden, okay? He's better than Biden. Biden, like I said, all the presidents end up having some quality that is parallel to the way that we are. Obama was a great one because it shows you can come from nothing and through years and years of hard work, and for him, discrimination, of course, and becoming president of a country that once had slaves that had the same color as him. You know, that is, in a sense, the American way. But then you got George Bush, who's a rich person who was born into a rich family, whose dad was the president, and he's a dumb fuck and was given immense power and fucked around the whole time, fucked a bunch of things up, got us into wars, and the economy was bad, and Katrina was handled terribly, and he was just a terrible, awful president. Nobody liked him, and he connived his way into a second term somehow. So that's a great representation as well. You follow what I'm saying? That's a phenomenon. That one's even better, because it happens so much more often. It happens so much more often, so it is a better representation. Although Obama's is much more romantic. It's what we'd like to believe is the truth, but it isn't, right? It is partly, but I'm thinking of a pie chart. I always think of pie charts, right? And if we're comparing the parallels to American life in terms of whose presidency shows them more, it's Bush. Bush is like 75% of the thing, and Obama is like 25%, maybe even less. You follow what I'm saying? And then I told you guys about Trump and how Trump is the perfect representation, okay? But Biden, it's tougher, right? Because he's not really allowed to do anything. I guess he is, right? He's a great representation of how we treat our old people. We force them to do shit until they die. Or or we put him in homes and other people take care of him, which is kind of what it is with him, right? It's kind of a mix of both. He's still working. He doesn't have to worry about money, but he is still working. There's a lot of old people who have to worry about money and have to work until they're fucking dead. But he also got moved into a nice home. Right, a nice little home where there's going to be a lot of people taking care of him, administering him his medication. He's foolish. He's all these things. But nobody's a better representation than Trump. And if Trump doesn't win, whether it be Biden or the other representative Republican candidate, because we know it won't be anything else, because God forbid the other ones. No matter how good they sound, it'll never happen. But whoever it is, whoever wins, has to take that picture and put it right on Time Magazine. Put it right on Time Magazine and make that motherfucker sing for everybody. And that's exactly what'll happen. And it'll show people we're back. It's like post World War II again. It's like post World War II. We're back. We're good. We're the machine again. Come fuck with us. Come fuck with us if you really want to. It'll boost morale around here, and it'll scare the other people off. Sun Tzu. That's very Sun Tzu-like, Appear worse than you actually are. I don't know if that's anything he actually said, but it sounds very Sun Tzu. If you can scare them away before any conflict happens, then you're good, right? It's just like a dog showing his teeth. Our bite might not be as strong as it once was, but we got some goddamn teeth still. Don't let these motherfuckers tell you nothing. Don't let them tell you nothing. World War III, bring it on. Bring it on. We won't tell them that all they have to do is hit 4 or 5 major cities and we're fucked. We won't tell them that. They don't know. They don't know that to be true. It is funny, though, right? Funny. Funny's the right word. That we're so condensed. We have a huge urban population density in America. that's a metric that shows how many people live in urban environments, or percentage-wise. And I forget what ours was. I think it was upwards of 70%. Japan has us beat. They're like 80-something%. But no one's really fucking with Japan, I don't think. I don't think anyone is fucking with Japan right now. They haven't been a major power for a long time. I mean, I like Japan. Japan's sick. Japan's cooler than China. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. But we can only say that because we beat their ass already. We already beat them. We're friends now. China, we're still like, fuck China. It's like, Pereira and Adesanya this past weekend. They fought, and Pereira said, he was in bad shape in that first round when he got rocked, and it was one of the hardest fights he's ever had. But he's saying that because he won, And I'm sure Izzy said similar things. But we're not talking about two guys. We're talking about major geopolitical powers with lots of money and lots of interests and lots of weapons that'll take people out. Hoo-hoo. But, yeah, I mean, Japan's cooler because we big brothered them. We can say that. We big brothered them, we bodied them, and then we came back and helped them. So that's what we do. We're like the Patriots. Let World War III come. Let it happen. Let it happen. All they got to do is bomb New York City, D.C., where else? Just a few major cities, man. We're so condensed to these things, We're so condensed. It's New York, D.C., L.A. They can bang Dallas. They can hit California up and down, They can fuck up California up and down. And then even in the middle, I mean, we still have Chicago's a major hub. Down, you can go to Florida, the whole East Coast. There's major hubs up and down, major cities, and just huge population densities that shouldn't be. It is unnatural that we live in these massive cities. It's something that's happened before, right? According to the Younger Dryas impact theory, that the world went through a great reset because of some cataclysmic environmental factors that happened. Listen to Graham Hancock talk about it. I'm just regurgitating the shit he said. And I want to see his show on Netflix, but I'm broke and don't have a Netflix. So send those passwords and usernames my way because I want to be more informed when talking to you. But supposedly in those days, there were evidence that there were probably big, massive metropolitan cities like we have them now. But obviously now we're incredibly advanced, supposedly, right, compared to what was after that period and the period of rebuilding, if that theory is real. But it's just, I mean, what we've created with these cities are these massive areas of too many people and so much environmental hazard, right? Now, I made the argument. A lot of the times I come on here and I talk about shit that happens in my group chat because it's such a great place for material, not only in stand-up, but for me to come talk to you guys about. And I made the argument that there's so much unused land, and there's so much unused land in our country, whether that's used for housing or used for farming or other resources. It would be, I would think, I'd like to know how it would compare, how the environmental effect of living in those other places or using those other places would compare to the environmental effect we have with our major cities. I'd be interested. I would wonder if there would be more towns because incorporated, they'd have to become more incorporated. There'd be more businesses, maybe. I don't know. When I think of that, I think of like a great reset. Like if everyone just said, all right, we're done with cities. We're knocking them all down. You'll be able to live here too. But instead, we're going to start moving, displacing people all over the place and filling this fucking landscape out instead of having 3 million people on an island, New York. I don't know if it's 3 million. Might be 1 million. I don't know. It's a lot of fucking people. But, It is. It's a thing that is a massive detriment to the environment. And if people really want to talk about the environment and talk about the planet, whatever, those fucking things are what are, and that's just here in America. I'm not talking about us solely. Other countries, I mean, Shanghai, Tokyo, they have Moscow. There are these massive metropolitan areas all over the fucking world, Zurich and all these things. Lots of fucking people, lots of industry, lots of waste, and that's where a lot of people live. It's condensed that way. But good news for everybody that feels the way I feel and how cities are fucking things up for everyone, I guess, or they're a fucked up idea. The population is supposed to be declining. We hit like 8 billion people, right? We've gotten to about 8 billion people, and in that same vein of populace, sperm counts are down, right? People aren't having kids as much. Miscarriages are more common. There's probably other reasons why people aren't having kids as much. I think people are nervous for the future, maybe more than ever. But which is weird, right? We get to watch it. Remember when you were a kid and the teachers would talk about that will never happen in our time. The world will never come to something like that. That's never, just keeping us at ease as children. And we get to be here while it happens? Are you kidding? Come on. Like I was saying, I mean, World War III it's a great way to control population. Is it not? I'm not the only one that's thinking this. But we might not even need that. It might help a little, right? It might help to start, thinning out these cities, getting rid of some of these motherfuckers. We thought the disease would do it, but I guess not. Here's the thing, guys. I can't get the words out. The sperm count is decreasing, okay? So that means 8 billion might be our cap. Is that what we're thinking? 8 billion is the cap? That's a lot of fuck. We have a lot. I mean, we don't need too many more people, I don't think. But supposedly, underpopulation is also a problem. How can we have overpopulation being a problem and underpopulation being a problem? It's strange, right? It is a little weird. But I will say, thank God for the Great Reset. Thank God for those nice people over at the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, telling us all about how we will own nothing and like it. I don't know if that was him who said it, but it's they talk very much about the Great Reset, and it could come in many ways. You know what I think it is, guys? I think the great goddess, I think Mother Earth, misses us. She's wondering where we've been. She's wondering why we've given up the natural for the synthetic. She's wondering why we'd rather sit in air conditioning as opposed to sitting next to a lake. She wants to know why the drugs we use come from a man with a lab coat and a degree, backed by a bigger group of people with degrees and suits on, funded by a mysterious green paper that we've all been convinced is worth something. She's wondering why we aren't out in the woods fucking each other. All of us, all together, fucking each other, taking plant-based drugs, eating mushrooms, helping each other out, getting better at skills, using our bodies, building our own homes, building our own communities, having just enough for what we need. She's wondering why we've given up the sense of community just for the sense of the individual. And why the reverse. We've given up the sense of the individual for the sense of the community. It's both. People don't realize that. It is both, because it's a double-edged sword. If you're only living for yourself, then your community is suffering. If you're only living for your community, then, you make decisions based on the whole of the community, even though there's some people in that community who might not agree. That's where ideologies come into play, and where we get real tribal, like I spoke about a little while ago. That's where that happens. I think Mother Earth is trying to call us back. I think that's the case. Now, if you guys want to learn more about this, if you guys want to learn more about living pastorally and archaic, then please mail in $3,200 and a picture of yourself with a shaved head, proving to me that you are ready to make the change. You're ready to learn and see the great goddess again. You'll have to sell all of your possessions, your car, your house, your McDonald's game chair, your phone. You'll have to get rid of your phone. You have to get rid of it all. You can give it all to me and I'll dispose of it. But you're going to have to send me $3,200 and a picture of yourself, bald, out in the woods, out somewhere. And then I'll tell you where my compound is, where we can all be one, and we can take ayahuasca and learn and meet the mother. We can meet the mother. And then once we've all met the mother, I will exit the tent and set it on fire, killing all of you. But you'll be there with her again, because she is calling you through me. I am the one. You guys need to see, if you want to see what I see, it is going to take intense focus. And you will have to accept what I'm telling you, no matter how hard it is. And if you want that, please send $3,200. Bring the family. Whoever you bring, their heads need to be shaved. Their heads will be shaved. And they will also be part of our ceremony. Our great goddess, returning to the great goddess ceremony, we call it. And if you want to be a part of this family, it doesn't take much. It does not take much, but you have to leave this world's baggage behind, because we will be embarking on a process to meet the mother again. Meet her again. She's calling us, guys. She's calling you. She's calling you. You haven't heard from her in a while. You haven't gone to see her. When was the last time you took your dog on a walk in the woods? I know you live in Boston. I understand. I know you live in the city. Go on out to the outskirts. Take your dog for. The mother misses you. She does. And we'll do all these kinds of things over in my compound. We're not only going to have the ceremony. I mean, you'll come live. You'll learn the ways. The mother goddess, she wants all of us to fuck each other. Okay? She wants us all to fuck everybody. So understand that if you do bring your entire family, we're operating a little bit outside of the law. Okay? I'm going to tell you that here before you a little of this is, it's touchy stuff, but listen, we got the backing. You guys, well, it'll be me. It'll be me who takes the brunt of anything. Just understand, everybody's going to be fucking. Everybody's going to be intoxicated from Mother Nature's plant, right? We'll have many, many of them. You take your pick. Nobody will be clothed at all. No matter how cold or how warm it is outside, nobody will be clothed. There'll be no running water. You guys will be dropped off in a helicopter. I mean, I'm going to be dropped off by a limousine, and I'll be riding a white horse into the woods after I take my clothes off. And you guys will be living out there, but I will have my own heated and air-conditioned hut with a Wi-Fi hookup and a flat screen. But you guys, this is for you. Mother Earth wants me to have those things. Do you follow what I'm saying? She wants me to have those things. She uses me as a vessel to get to you guys, and she understands that I have some vices myself. She understands that I'm not perfect, but she allows me to engage. Whereas for you, you guys need to understand the way before you can be where I'm at. I've lived so many lives. I've been here, I've been there. If you guys want to come along, then you're going to have to send $3,200 and a picture of you and whoever else that wants to come along on this journey. Bald. No possessions. We'll pick you up, helicopter, fly you in, and the enlightenment will start. And at the end of it, we will have our great goddess ceremony in which you'll all sacrifice yourselves to her, as you did your belongings, as you did your hair, okay? And that's what it'll be. And you guys will be with her again. And in the next life, you can now present that same ceremony for other people or for other beings, wherever you may be. Because Mother Earth is our mother, and she's calling us. Just tried my hand at being a cult leader there. Thanks. Thanks for listening, guys. We're going to wrap this bad boy up now that I've made you all gravely uncomfortable. Listen, Thanksgiving is next week, okay? Thanksgiving is next week. We're going to keep fucking rocking. I'm going to have the episode out, of course, for Thanksgiving. Nobody's going to listen to it, but what's going to happen is you guys are going to turn it on for Black Friday. Maybe I'll do that instead. Maybe I'll do a midnight release for Black Friday. That'll be fun. I think that's a better idea. Midnight release for Black Friday. Yeah. So you and your drunk cousins can all hobbly or fucking, yeah, I don't know what word I was going to say. Y'all can all hobble into your car, your big fat SUV that has plenty of room in the back for all the shit you're going to buy. Go and on the way there, before you stop at Dunkin' Donuts, turn on the podcast and listen to it in line and tell everybody. Play it on a big speaker in line. If you're the first person in line at GameStop, sit there with your big-ass speaker and your hot cocoa and your box of munchkins and your hat and your fucking warm blanket. Sit there and play it on your... And then play the old episodes. So play them all. Do if you're a real one, you're already camping. You're already camping. You don't want to be caught fucking slipping, okay? If you really care about your family and you want to get them good shit and you don't want to spend too much money, you need to be out there now. Setting up a tent, fucking, getting shit going. Set up your bedroom out there. Bring a cot and sleep there. They're going to say, hey, listen, Black Friday's not for another fucking week. What the fuck are you doing out here? I should call the police. You're soliciting. I'm going to say, no. I'm early. I want to be early. The new MacBook Pro's coming out. I don't give a fuck. Call the police. I'm not moving. They're going to have to take me away. They're going to have to kill me, actually. They will have to kill me in front of your store. Okay? Do you want that blood on your hands? Do you want the blood on your hands of a 23-year-old kid who has no friends, already a miserable fuck, no prospect, no hot prospects in life, just wants to sit out here, wait for the new MacBook, okay? And you called the police, and I told you that I was willing to die. And you called them anyway, and they shot me in front of your Best Buy. Do you think that's good press? I just want to know. Do you think it's good? Do you, especially before a week before Black Friday, a kid gets shot in front of Best Buy? Do you want that in the news? Do you want that in the? You're either going to have to close, right, or you're going to have some fire sales, which is going to hurt your bottom line, which would be good. Ultimately, it would be good. Target just lost like $400 million to shoplifting this year. They say organized retail crime. Good. That's good news. I talked a lot about some shitty news. That's actual good news. And I did want to talk about that before we wrap this up. That's a good thing. Okay? People shouldn't be feeling bad. I don't know if there are people out there feeling bad. There's probably people who don't feel anything about this. Like, oh, wow, people steal. There's probably people out there who are like, why are you stealing things? Work for it. Work for it. You got to work. Why do people steal? $400 million from Target? That's terrible. Fuck Target. Fuck Target. I wish that was $400 billion worth of stolen shit. I want these cartels. I want these organized retail crime motherfuckers, criminals, to ramp it up. Go everywhere. Bankrupt Target. Bankrupt Target solely off of stealing merchandise. I would love that. Fuck them. Fuck them. I want to hear more news like this. I want to hear about corporations fucking going belly up because of all the shit being stolen. Every time I use somebody else's streaming device or streaming service, someone gives me an F, I get happy. I get so happy. I'm fucking getting them. You know, I feel bad for my friend who's paying for it. But I'm like, you know what? Fuck Netflix. Fuck them. I'm happy. I'll give this out to other people so more people can take advantage of it. I have an illegal streaming device. You know why? Because fuck them. I'm not paying for entertainment. We got YouTube. I don't got to pay for that. You know? But I'm still going to get my shit. Because that's good news. Don't feel bad for Target. Don't feel bad for these corporations when shit happens to them like that. Don't feel bad. They're not paying their employees well, right? Maybe they are the back office employees, but the people who do all the work, they don't get paid well, right? Because the only people that do it are children, old people, or people without a choice. And none of them are going to complain. Old people are at the end of the life, yeah, I'm making a little bit of money. Young people, beginning of their life, yeah, I'm making a little bit of money. People who have no choice, making some money, they're going to take it. Think about all the things they destroy, just mass production in general, right? Mass production in general is a big factor when it comes to environmental effects, right? Mass production, all those cotton T-shirts, all those pieces of furniture that they sell, all the electronics, all the plastic, all the shit that has to be constantly pumped out year after year, day after day, just so you guys can buy it. You can keep the machine greased, keep working, keep buying. Fuck them. If you can steal shit, steal shit. That's what I'm saying. That's good news. That's very good news. And I hope most of that merchandise and most of those people didn't get in trouble. That's how I feel. Most people are like, Jesus, Antonio, you're a fucking animal. Yeah, fuck corporations. Fuck them. You know? We got no way around them. They fuck us anyway. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm not going to go to Target and I'm not going to go to these places. I don't say these things to put myself higher than... No, I'm just saying that that's good. We got one in on them. It's Wall Street bets all over again. We got one in on them. Anonymous. They haven't done shit in a little bit, but they fuck with people all the time. Good. Fuck with them. Make them uneasy. Oh, God. When they looked at that bottom line, $400 million, where did all that go? It all got stolen? That's Robin Hood shit, guys. And I don't mean the app. I mean actual Robin Hood. Heroes. They're heroes. Anybody that was a part of that theft, anybody who's ever stolen anything from Target in the past year, you're a part of that theft. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for doing what I couldn't. Thank you for doing what I've never done. And you know what? Maybe to celebrate, maybe I'll steal from Target tonight and make it $400 million and $13. I'll steal a few bags of Doritos or something. You know, fuck it. I want to be a part of it. I want to be a part of it, goddammit. They're the real heroes. Don't let anybody tell you different. Now we're going to wrap this up. I got a show tomorrow, Revival Brewery, Providence, Rhode Island, 7 o'clock. Buy your tickets there. It's going to be fun, maybe. Let's hope so. And that's it, guys. Thanks for listening, and go steal some shit from a corporation. And if you want in on that, little Mother Nature, retreat for you and the family, come on down. 3200 Bald Head. Peace. Oh, me again. Follow the show. Subscribe on the YouTube. Buy me a coffee. Use the links. Bye-bye.